Before becoming the princess of pop, Britney Spears was just a small-town girl with big dreams. Her journey to stardom started long before she topped the charts and became a household name. Here's a look at Britney's early life, from her childhood in Louisiana to her first steps in the entertainment industry. Britney Jean Spears was born on December 2, 1981, in Macomb, Mississippi, and raised in Kentwood, Louisiana, a small town with a population of fewer than 3,000 people. Her parents, Lynn Spears and Jamie Spears, recognized her talent early on. By the age of 3, Britney was already taking dance lessons, showing a natural ability for performing. In addition to dance, Britney trained in gymnastics and singing, participating in local talent shows and church choirs. Her powerful voice and stage presence set her apart from other children her age. At just 5 years old, she won her first singing competition with a stunning performance of What Child Is This? At the age of 8, Britney auditioned for the Mickey Mouse Club, Disney's popular children's variety show. However, producers told her she was too young for the show. Instead of giving up, Britney's mother took her to New York City, where she enrolled in the Professional Performing Arts School. While in New York, Britney landed roles in television commercials and performed in the off-Broadway musical Ruthless, a production that also launched the careers of Natalie Portman and Laura Bell Bundy. These early experiences helped Britney develop her stage presence and acting skills. In 1992, at the age of 10, Britney finally got another chance to audition for the Mickey Mouse Club, and this time, she made the cut. She joined a cast of future superstars, including Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling, and Kerry Russell. During her 2 years on the show, Britney honed her singing, dancing, and acting skills. The show was a great stepping stone, but when it was cancelled in 1994, she returned home to Kentwood. At this point, Britney briefly considered a normal life, even joining her high school's basketball team. However, her passion for music never faded. At 15, Britney auditioned for a girl group called Innocence, but music executives saw her as a solo artist instead. Jive Records signed her in 1997 and paired her with top producers like Max Martin. She recorded a demo of Baby One More Time, and when Jive released the song in 1998, it became an instant hit, catapulting Britney into superstardom. Her early years of training, determination, and resilience had paid off. From a small-town girl in Louisiana to a rising star in the music industry, Britney Spears was ready to take the world by storm. After years of training, auditions, and small roles in the entertainment industry, Britney Spears finally got her big break in the late 1990s. Her rise to superstardom was meteoric, making her one of the most influential pop stars of all time. From record-breaking albums to unforgettable performances, here's how Britney Spears became the princess of pop. In 1997, at just 15 years old, Britney signed a record deal with Jive Records. The label saw massive potential in her and introduced her to Max Martin, the Swedish producer behind many of pop's biggest hits. One of the first songs she recorded was Baby One More Time, a track initially meant for TLC but ultimately given to Britney. When the song was released on October 23, 1998, it became an instant sensation. The music video, featuring Britney in a Catholic schoolgirl outfit, was equally iconic, helping the single skyrocket to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It sold over 10 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling singles of all time. Britney's self-titled debut album, Baby One More Time, followed in January 1999 and was a commercial juggernaut. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling over 121,000 copies in its first week. The album's success made Britney a household name and solidified her status as the new face of pop music. After the massive success of her debut, Britney faced the challenge of proving she wasn't just a one-hit wonder. In May 2000, she released her second album, Oops, I Did It Again. The title track became another global phenomenon, and the album sold 1.3 million copies in its first week in the US alone, a record for a female artist at the time. With hits like Lucky, Stronger, and Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know, Britney solidified her signature sound, infectious pop hooks mixed with a blend of innocence and edginess. She also pushed the boundaries of her image, performing in a red latex catsuit for the Oops music video and delivering one of the most talked about performances at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards, where she ripped off a black suit to reveal a nude-colored, sparkling outfit. By the early 2000s, Britney Spears was more than just a pop star, she was a global phenomenon. Her name, music, and image were everywhere. She graced magazine covers, starred in Pepsi commercials, and sold out tours worldwide. Her performance at the 2001 MTV VMAs, where she danced with a live albino python to I'm a Slave for You, became one of the most legendary moments in pop culture history. The same year, she released her self-titled third album, Britney, which showed a more mature and experimental sound. The lead single, I'm a Slave for You, signaled her transition from teenage pop princess to a more adult, sensual performer. In 2002, Britney took her talents to the big screen, starring in Crossroads, a coming-of-age road trip movie. While the film received mixed reviews, it was a box office success, earning over $61 million worldwide. It also showed that Britney had ambitions beyond music. That same year, she embarked on the Dream Within a Dream tour, one of the most visually stunning tours of its time. Featuring water effects, pyrotechnics, and elaborate choreography, the tour set a new standard for pop concerts. One of Britney's most unforgettable moments came at the 2003 MTV VMAs, where she performed like a virgin alongside Madonna and Christina Aguilera. The performance ended with Madonna kissing both Britney and Christina, sparking massive media frenzy. Later that year, Britney released her fourth studio album, In the Zone, marking another transformation in her career. The album featured a more mature and club-ready sound, with tracks like Toxic, Me Against the Music, featuring Madonna, and Every Time. Toxic became one of her most critically acclaimed singles, winning her a Grammy Award for Best Dance Recording in 2005. By 2004, Britney Spears had cemented herself as one of the biggest names in entertainment. She had sold millions of records, broken chart records, and delivered some of the most iconic performances in music history. But her next chapter would be even more dramatic, as she transitioned from a pop princess to one of the most scrutinized celebrities of the 2000s. Britney's superstardom was undeniable, but with fame came pressure, and the next few years would test her in ways no one could have predicted. After years of dominating the charts and redefining pop music, Britney Spears' life took a dramatic turn in the mid-2000s. As her fame grew, so did the relentless scrutiny from the media, paparazzi, and the public. What started as a few personal struggles quickly spiraled into a highly publicized downfall, leading to a controversial conservatorship that would control her life for over a decade. By 2004, Britney was at the peak of her career, but she was also growing tired of the relentless demands of fame. She shocked fans by marrying Jason Alexander, a childhood friend, in a Las Vegas wedding that lasted only 55 hours before being annulled. Later that year, she began dating Kevin Federline, a backup dancer. Their whirlwind romance led to a surprise engagement after just 3 months of dating. The two married in September 2004, and within a year, Britney became a mother to their first son, Sean Preston, in 2005, followed by Jaden James in 2006. During this time, Britney stepped away from music to focus on her family, but the press didn't give her a break. Instead, she was constantly hounded by the paparazzi, who followed her every move. Tabloid headlines painted her as an irresponsible mother, often twisting situations to fit a negative narrative. In 2006, Britney filed for divorce from Federline, leading to a bitter custody battle. The stress of the legal fight, combined with the media scrutiny, took a toll on her mental health. 2007 became one of the most infamous years of Britney Spears' life. With the media portraying her as a train wreck, she faced constant pressure and harassment. The breaking point came in February 2007, when Britney walked into a hair salon in Los Angeles and shaved her head in front of dozens of paparazzi. The shocking moment became one of the most famous celebrity meltdowns in history. Shortly after, she was photographed attacking a paparazzo's car with an umbrella, further fueling concerns about her well-being. Over the next few months, Britney entered and exited multiple rehab facilities, but her struggles continued. Despite the turmoil, Britney attempted a comeback, releasing her Blackout album in October 2007. The album, now regarded as one of her best, featured hits like Gimme More and Piece of Me. However, her 2007 MTV Video Music Awards performance, where she appeared disoriented and struggled with choreography, became another viral moment that critics used to mock her. In early 2008, Britney suffered a public breakdown, refusing to return her children to Federline after a custody visit. This led to a dramatic standoff at her home, where police and paramedics arrived. She was placed on an involuntary psychiatric hold at a hospital. Shortly after, her father, Jamie Spears, petitioned the court to place Britney under a conservatorship, a legal arrangement typically used for elderly or severely disabled individuals. Under the conservatorship, Britney was stripped of control over her personal life, finances, and career. Her father and a lawyer were given the power to make decisions on her behalf. The conservatorship was initially meant to be temporary, but it was extended indefinitely, allowing Jamie Spears to control everything from Britney's medical treatment to her ability to spend her own money. Despite being under legal guardianship, Britney was still expected to work. In 2008, she released her comeback album, Circus, featuring hits like Womanizer and If You Seek Amy. She also embarked on a successful world tour, further raising questions about why someone considered too unstable to manage her own life was still working at such a high level. Britney's fans began questioning the true nature of the conservatorship. She continued to release albums, perform at award shows, and headline a Las Vegas residency, yet she had no control over her own life. By the late 2010s, the hashtag Free Britney movement started gaining traction, with fans calling for her legal freedom. They pointed out that Britney had repeatedly tried to fight the conservatorship but was denied by the courts. In 2021, Britney finally spoke out in a shocking courtroom testimony, calling the conservatorship abusive and revealing disturbing details, such as being forced to take medication, work against her will, and being prevented from removing her birth control device. Her testimony sent shockwaves through the industry and reignited the battle for her freedom. After months of public pressure and legal battles, Britney Spears was finally freed from her conservatorship on November 12, 2021, after 13 years of living under strict control. Fans celebrated across the world, and Britney expressed her gratitude but also shared her trauma from the experience. In 2023, she released her memoir, The Woman in Me, detailing her struggles, her rise to fame, and the truth about her conservatorship. Today, Britney Spears continues to live life on her own terms, free from the legal restrictions that once controlled her. While her future in music remains uncertain, her story stands as a powerful testament to resilience, freedom, and the importance of personal autonomy.